Hey everyone, this is Steven for LogicLounge.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the second generation Moto X. Motorola's line of flagship devices has, in the past, been rather mediocre. Only recently have they really enhanced the quality of their products in order to compete with the dozens of other high-end mobile devices on the market. The company's previous attempt at claiming their space in the smartphone market with the first generation Moto X was a promising start, but it didn't really gain a lot of traction. Now Motorola is taking another shot with their second generation Moto X. Let's start off with the guts of the device. We have a 2.5 GHz Snapdragon 801 CPU, Adreno 330 GPU, 2 GB of RAM, 16, 32, or 64 GB of total storage, a 5.2-inch 1080p AMOLED display, a 13-megapixel rear camera, and a 2-megapixel front camera. On paper, the Moto X certainly sounds like a promising device, and thankfully the phone does perform quite well. The lack of manufacturer bloatware is quite refreshing and has a pretty positive effect on performance as well as battery life. Throughout the few weeks that I've been using the device, I've yet to experience any significant performance deficiencies, with the exception of some minor frame drops while playing 3D games. This device isn't specifically intended for high-intensity graphics, so this needs to be kept in mind if one is to consider purchasing this device. Now let's take a look at the battery life. This device features a 2300 mAh battery that is nothing more than mediocre at best. With minimum screen on time, no GPS, IR sensors turned off, minimum LTE usage, and low brightness, you can squeeze out 2 days of usage. However, I found the battery life to average around a day and a half. It's not terrible, it will certainly get you through the day, but be sure to have your charger at the ready when traveling. It should also be noted that battery performance naturally deteriorates over time. This assessment was taken shortly after receiving a factory new version of the device, so it's bound to be somewhat optimistic. Let's go ahead and take a look at the camera. My first piece of advice is to ditch the stock camera app and use Google's camera app. Motorola's camera app uses tap to shoot, which can result in frequent out-of-focus pictures. However, by not using the stock camera app, you do lose the ability to take advantage of 4K and slow-mo video capture. When the camera is used properly, it's not too bad. 13 megapixels is a little high, so one can expect poor low-light performance, but with a steady hand, it's usable. With a little natural light, pictures should look pretty good. Moving on to the display on the Moto X, I feel as though this is one of the better displays I've ever used. It's a tad oversaturated, but it's sharp, and Motorola does a great job by taking advantage of the AMOLED functionality by implementing active display notifications, which, by the way, are far more useful compared to the traditional notification light. Since the black pixels don't actually illuminate, active display notifications result in minimal battery drain while still providing the user with more information than a single blinking light. However, I've noticed that motion is one of the triggers for the notification screen, and even with IR sensors turned off, I can't seem to prevent the screen from appearing when the device is moved. On the top and bottom of the display, you'll find the speakers. Normally this wouldn't really be worth mentioning, but for some reason audio from media such as YouTube videos and music is emitted from the bottom speaker, while audio from phone calls is emitted from the top speaker. That's a little odd. I should also mention that I've noticed a buzzing sound from the top speaker when on phone calls. I haven't heard any other complaints about this, however, so I'm fairly certain this issue is specific to my device only. This device ships with Android KitKat, but thanks to Motorola's speedy adaptation to Google's latest Android release, you have the option to update the device to Android L. Let's go ahead and wrap up this review by taking a look at the form factor of the Moto X. While the majority of the phone is composed of plastic, the aluminum band that's wrapped around the edge of the device makes it feel great in the hand. I'm also quite fond of the curved back. I don't feel like I'm going to drop it if I pick it up the wrong way or anything like that. Also, if you order the device via Motorola's website, you can use their Moto Maker to customize the back of the device with different materials such as wood, bamboo, or leather. Well, that's about it. If you're an owner of the 2014 Moto X, be sure to leave a comment below and let us know what you think of it. Thanks for watching this review, and I'll see you guys next time.